I'd meant to check this out last week, and I didn't do so. The video where the guy electric shocks himself as a way to do to fire the trigger faster than he could actually do. He has a aimbot hooked up to a thing that zaps him to move his finger. Yeah. So it's like he aims, it automatically fires for him. He doesn't even know he's fired until the shot's already happened. Let's see how this goes.
I gotta be
What a
honest
camera
with you
angle.
guys. I turned 30 the other day, and I've been feeling a
What a fucking old man. I'm 27.
bit wild.
I'm not doing that. That's this thing.
Statistically speaking, my reaction time's about to take a massive dump. So it got me thinking. Our muscles contract based on electrical signals they receive from our brain.
Sure.
So what if I could just hijack that signal, and instead of listening to my slow human brain, have it listen to something else?
Can I make my muscles have the fastest reaction time in the world?
Whoa! Okay.
Sponsored by Micro Center. New location coming soon to Phoenix, Arizona.
This is... Oh,
There are
okay.
three major components to this setup. One, a PC running a program that can find where enemies are on the screen. It's not cheats. I mean, I don't want to cheat. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cheat. Two, I need a way to send shocks to my muscles at specific
Plenty of ways to do that.
wavelengths
A lot
or
of
whatever
sex
to
toys for
make
it.
the muscles contract and move my arm in different directions.
Nope.
And three, I need a little single board computer to interpret the knot hacks into shockies in a very specific way to turn my arm quickly in the right direction. So theoretically, if I do everything properly, I'm the fastest in the world. But not by cheating, because it's my muscles, okay? I just use some science and...
Not cheating. No cheating is yeah. So my understanding is he also uses the way he detects whether people are on screen, he does it through an external camera and external computer. So there would be no actual way to detect this, at least through traditional methods.
engineering to kind of soup them up a little bit. How do I get 13 out of 30? Let's go! My average reaction time was about 200 milliseconds, measuring the amount of frames that it took at 120 frames per second for my hand to start moving once an enemy...
Oh, this is rough. This is rough. I've not... You know what I should do? I should go and do the, there's that, human benchmark. I've never done human benchmark on stream. I really should go and do that and just see where I'm at. Because I feel like we're probably falling off as well.
was visible. Some of these cracked out young chaps are getting like 150 milliseconds or sometimes even slightly lower. So ideally I want to beat the cracked out young chaps with some science, okay? Little freaking dinguses, okay?
Sub
You little-
100.
you little twerps. So the setup looks like this.
God.
First I got a Raspberry Pi from Micro Center and got it set up controlling 4 relays from commands I could send over the Wi-Fi.
All the red lights should turn off. Hey, how about that, baby?
Hey.
And that's really it for the Raspberry Pi. That'll give me control over whatever circuits we use later to electrocute my arm. Now, the server PC program will need to scan all the pixels on the screen and find human-shaped objects using what's called YOLO computer vision. Then we can determine the distance and direction of the detected object relative to the center crosshair while gaming. With that information, it could tell the Raspberry Pi which circuit to open and for how long. So if the enemy's to the left, it opens this relay, and if it's to the right, it opens a different one. So theoretically, I just needed to connect these relays to circuits that are shocking my arm in those directions.
Position the shockies on my arm in such a way that it moves my arm in the proper direction.
So how do you contract a muscle with an external electric signal? You could risk your life building one from scratch. You got a bunch of resistors and capacitors and or buy an EMS 10s unit. These are designed for muscle stimulation, sending super fast tiny little pulses.
What if I stick it on my balls? What'll happen then?
Of high voltage.
When I had Q on the podcast, he was telling me there are definitely electrical shocking tools like this that people have asked for support for, and he's just like, we cannot do that. That is That is potentially a safety hazard. A lot of these cheap devices, this is not one of them, but a lot of the cheap devices you can get on Amazon don't really have good firmware protection. And you can put as much voltage through the thing as you can take out of the wall. So, it's like, we cannot support that. We will kill someone.
To your chosen muscle groups with these little electrodes.
I want like an involuntary wrist movement.
Personally, I find it unpleasant.
That is tingly, and I don't like that. Oh, dude, I feel really dumb that this is shocking me.
However, Olivia's little brother couldn't get enough of it.
Dude, you gotta let go. You gotta stop.
So he kind
There's an experiment where, let me find out what year it was. What year did this happen? Yeah, so this... Okay, the article's gone. But in the 50s, there was a university that discovered how to shock the pleasure centers of the brain. And the woman they used it with kept just pressing the button over and over and over again, giving her a 30-minute orgasm. There have been other sorts of examples like this. I believe there was a similar one with the cocaine rats, where they had a button that the rat could press, or the mouse could press, and it would give it cocaine, and it just kept pressing it until it died.
kindly volunteered to help find the specific muscle groups.
You want to be the test?
Yes, whatever I go to, you go to.
All right, deal. Whatever you go to.
To get the desired hand movement. Basically, I needed to locate the specific muscle that needed to contract, and then you place the electrodes on where the nerves enter that muscle, and then somewhere along the muscle itself, and then it stimulates the nerve, contracts the muscle,
You just start to flex that muscle.
which we can turn on and off with a relay.
That program is scanning the screen for enemies. When it detects an enemy to the right, it activates this switch. When it turns that on, it should flex my muscles so that my hand moves to the right and aims towards the enemy on the right. This is a controlled electrocution to make my reaction time inhuman. I will be the fastest in the world. So flip it on and then...
Or the stupidest.
Right back off.
This was one of my dumber decisions, handing Gideon a switch to electrocute me.
Turn it on and then right back off. But, I didn't know you were going to go.
So it worked. I was giving a computer vision program control of my muscles to create neuromuscular aim assist.
Not cheating, by the way. Yes, definitely not cheating.
Shut off.
I assembled it all together, added some emergency switches, contemplated
See,
its
now,
safety for a
obviously,
week.
this is stupid, right? Like, we can say that this is really fucking dumb. However, people want to cheat in video games. And people are gonna find ways to cheat in video games. And this is obviously like an experiment. But I could see someone legitimately actually making a commercial product for this.
Weekend, and then it was time
Not hacks.
Mint!
.py.
for the first actual test.
All right, here we go. Ah! 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 Dude! Oh my goodness! Ah! 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 Shut up! Shut up! Oh my goodness, dude! That was freaky. That was freaky, dude. It's like something was grabbing me.
The software, Raspberry Pi, relays, everything worked exactly as expected. I had successfully reacted to an enemy in-game in under 100 milliseconds inhuman fastest in the world.
And still miss.
See the light actuate. Boom. Arm immediately starts moving. Oh, arm immediately starts moving. But you might have noticed I was whiffing everything. What good is reaction time if you're gonna miss? And I didn't finish. I freaked out like time-traveling Napoleon Dynamite.
Shut up! We're gonna finish half of it.
So I came back the next day and just decided to turn it up a little bit and do it again.
Why would you
myself
turn it
finish the
up?
test so I could compare it to the control test.
Hit speed and just do the best that I can do.
Go.
Okay, so this is... Okay, yeah, this is with the thing.
Freaking battle baby! Wide sprawl, like, what is going on in there?
I ran through the test 2 times.
The incentive to get to the target is insane! Dude!
And the results were...
What would it do if there's multiple targets on the screen? Has he taken that into consideration yet? Because this is the aim training segment. But what about when you're in an actual match?
bad.
Oh my! Look away! Look away! Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
I turned it up and got even worse. I can turn off. Turn off. After all that, it makes you worse.
So theoretically, I have the fastest reaction time in human history.
But
right
you can't hit anything.
But because of the pain, I'm worse at the game.
After my mental breakdown, I figured out what was going on.
What, bro?
My reaction time was all over the board. On some of the shots, I had inhuman reactions. My hand would start moving within 100 milliseconds, and then the combination...
But he was like responding to it happening. He was like tensing up, and it caused it to not work as well as it could.
Of seeing the enemy with my eyes and feeling the shock on my arm made my natural reaction time quicker as well. So when my human brain kicked in, my hand was already moving towards the target, and it was nuts.
Dude!
And then on other ones, they're just kind of mediocre. I found that two major things were happening. One, the Raspberry Pi sometimes would take 100 milliseconds to kick in. This meant that I was basically just getting shocked at the same time that I would normally react, which was just a bummer. This big blue circle is actually a dead zone designed to prevent just that. The other issue is that in this specific test mode, I'm anticipating the enemies. I know that every 2 seconds there's another enemy on the screen, so my arm's all flexed up and tense.
So what you're saying is you should close your eyes.
Which is resisting the contraction of the muscle that's supposed to move my arm. The same way, like, if someone's about to push you, you lean into it. There are two very clear solutions here. For the latency, you go to Micro Center, and for the anticipation, well, you go full nakey jakey and go into matchmaking. I get to game with my buddies 3 hours a week. I got like 12 kids now. I've got to make the most out of those 3 hours. Okay?
Essential.
You know what I didn't have when I was 17? More than $3 and a semi-in-depth understanding of electronics in such a way that I could develop neuromuscular aim assist. Okay?
This is for a man. A real man. I'm a great big boy.
At first, I thought lowering the latency would be as simple as upgrading the computer. What I had yet to consider is that going into matchmaking meant I needed my program to differentiate teammates from enemies. Otherwise, I'd just get constantly shocked. First, I tried to make the program search above the bounding box for a nameplate. All my teammates will have their name above their head, right? That made it run really, really slow.
Very stuttery.
And I still barely know what I'm doing. So after a few hours, I scrapped that idea and then went on to try and differentiate teammates from enemies using color. So within the bounding box of the human-shaped object, I'd have it try and differentiate like greens and blues for CT side, and then yellows and browns for the T side.
Nice! Nice! Teammates, teammates, teammates.
The system I built for Micro Center, it's got a 9950X3D, pretty serious amount of RAM. Like, it was eating its Wheaties.
Insanely overkill for what we're doing here.
Okay, let's go check the other side.
But I just couldn't get it to be consistent.
As soon as we see a CT, it should start actuating the relays. Oh, it thinks they're teammates too. What the heck, man?
The final solution made me feel pretty dumb. So instead of having the computer vision just search for humanoid-shaped objects,
Stinking bald guy. I can't get it to not detect this stinking bald guy.
I could just get a different YOLO model that already differentiates the two, built by all the cheaters.
I didn't know.
Just use the cheating tool. Lovely.
I was using a generic model, and so I need to switch to using like an actual pre-trained model for CS2 game characters. I'm not using it to cheat though. I'm gonna modify not hacks to use, because it's not hacks.
It's not hacking.
The new CS2 model.
Definitely
I don't
not.
know if I've mentioned that. I'm not cheating. They're cheating.
No.
Teammates.
Yeah, we're not cheating here.
Teammates.
There's no cheating happening.
Woo, yippee! I'm not gonna get shocked. Well, I mean, I will. I'll go to this other side, and it should just automatically... Oh, that's so much better than the freaking color system I was trying to build myself, dude. Oh, let's go! Enemies! I slapped in a stinking Micro Center 5090 in this bad boy, and so we were done with latency. Oh, that's so much better. Look like it immediately detects them. Boom, shocked. Fast reaction time. Latency resolved. Can tell the teammates from enemies. But there was one more thing I haven't told you guys about. But now it's time, I think. I think now's the moment. Neuromuscular trigger bot.
Okay, I will not. Okay.
I found the specific muscle that flexes my trigger finger.
I did not choose to press my trigger finger there.
Uh-huh.
It did it for me.
And then when the crosshair in-game goes over an enemy's head,
Oh,
it should
that's
click
weird.
my
Oh.
finger for me.
Oh, baby. It's gonna work.
But there was a massive problem. I can't just take these into matchmaking, because, like, I'm a YouTuber.
You don't need a high MPC for latency, you just tweak reg file. You definitely don't, but it's a Micro Center ad.
I would say not cheats, but some people might consider these cheats, and so what I did was... I just took it into matchmaking. You gotta get over here. But before I go into matchmaking, I gotta tell you about this computer. You might have noticed that it has Linux installed.
Linux!
And I'm not yet a true Linux user because I waited 12 minutes to tell you. That's unheard of, okay? But I'm gonna stop showering and may or may not be making a switching to Linux video thanks to Micro Center providing all of the electronics for this PC, this entire video, because they've got everything. They've got it all, man. The Raspberry Pis, they have Arduinos that would have worked for this project, but I actually forgot that they had them. They even have like a Jetson Orin Nano, that's another thing that would have done this, that would have worked. Ultra-wide monitors, so you can have a wide field of view as the AI writes your code for you. This guy, Connor, at the Micro Center, he knows things. You go into any other electronics store that will not be named,
Sends people here.
and they'll send you to Connor at Micro Center. Because they actually know things at Micro Center. Micro Center's like the last place on earth where you're actually gonna get a deal on electronics. All throughout August, they have some insane deals going on for building a computer. So if you're gonna upgrade, or if you want to build a PC and stop showering with me, this is your moment, man. This is your moment. Stop showering, bro. We'll stop showering together. Sign up for VIP days in the new Phoenix location to get a 328 gigabyte flash drive. Go to Micro Center. Come on, yeah? Go to Micro Center! I'm on Linux and it resets my audio to 100%. Jokes aside, this was the
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
most unique gaming experience I've ever had. It's like a jump scare, dude. I'm gonna get shocked at any freaking second. In the Ow, ow, ow! Good crosshair placement is a massive incentive right now. Hey, have you guys ever heard of neuromuscular aim assist?
That sounds like some muscle memory.
So I hooked up a TENS unit to some CSGO cheats, and it's shocking my arm to the right direction.
That's fucking wild.
But it's not cheats, you know what I'm saying? It's my muscles doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes. Holy
we're in agreement then. It's not cheating.
yeah. I believe it.
Excellent. At times, it
believe you.
legitimately felt like a
Well, yeah,
computer
he's not going to play well, so he's definitely not cheating.
had control of my arm. I basically have like a trigger pot that shocks my finger as well. Ow, ow! Dead guy shocked it. And other times, I couldn't tell if I was being assisted or not. Oh, dude, I don't know if that was a trigger bot or me, but good shot. Oh my goodness, dude. Sometimes things would happen so fast, I didn't even know my arm was doing the thing it was supposed to, or what happened. Ah. It shocked it made me aim up. That was kind of cool.
And keep in mind, this guy has no idea what the fuck he's doing. So if you, like, spent, like, months trying to tweak this, you could probably make this absolutely fucking crack.
It pulled my arm towards an enemy outside the dead zone, but I was already shooting at an enemy in the dead zone. Or this time where for just
things like that, right? Like being able to sort things like that out and make sure it doesn't double up on like enemies.
frames, it thought this teammate was an enemy and moved my arm to the right.
Like a tens unit?
Does it work 100% of the time? What is that?
Ow! But it's not cheating because it's my muscles.
That's some crazy shit, bro. We really living in the future.
But other times, it was a clear, distinguishable assistance to detecting an enemy I otherwise would have reacted to slower.
Ow. Oh, dude, that was crazy. Dude, it worked! It saw the enemy before I did and made me turn. That's sick. All right, guys, so I'm not cheating. I do have a program running that will electrocute my trigger finger if I'm on their head.
It's kind of awesome.
Do you think that should be considered cheating?
Not valid.
All right, cool. So would you guys personally run neuromuscular aim assist?
I run it.
And then I found it.
So it should shock my finger. I've found out you need to kind of leave it limp. That way your own muscles don't resist. You need to... Oh!
Scoped weapons with neuromuscular trigger bot.
Let's see. Someone's gonna swing the corner, and I'm gonna get shocked.
Oh my god!
This truly made it feel like I was just better than I actually was.
Oh my goodness, baby!
Like it worked,
Oh! Limp finger.
and it worked good.
That feels wild.
So in conclusion, the concept of giving a computer vision cheat program control of your muscles and movements can potentially make you the fastest in the world. Like with some more precise electrodes potentially placed in the skin, maybe like 8 channels.
You concur? Not cheating?
I think so, yeah.
You think it'd make you better?
I mean, theoretically, yeah. That would be your best.
I'm gonna say yes.
Some solid state relays that have significantly less latency. And if you wanted to get riskier, just connect this to Ethernet instead of wireless, you could realistically give yourself sub 50 millisecond reaction time and have it move your muscle precisely to the enemy's head instead of just a directional assistance.
And then electrocutes my finger to shoot.
That's cool.
But I don't know if I want to spend the 3 hours a week I get gaming getting tased in the arm.
I turned it up.
And man, I forgot to tell him I was using Linux. I'm gonna go.
I can imagine this as, like, imagine the same sort of deal, but with a Neuralink. Dude has the lowest sensitive in the history of CS. You know, that probably doesn't help either. I can imagine the same sort of thing, but with like a Neuralink, right? And like at that point, it's like, is that cheating? Because that, like, you are controlling the cursor with your brain, but if you are sending individual, like, if you can work out the individual signals that your brain would send out, I think it's pretty hard to say it's not cheating, especially if you're playing better than you otherwise would be able to. But, like, it's a much harder kind of cheating to detect, especially, you know, if you're not fucking telling everybody in every lobby that you're doing it. That is really cool, though. That is really, really cool.